Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If this is your very first time here, hey, I'm Tiara. And if you're returning, hey girl, hey, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you all here today. So today I am going to be talking about my experience with EMDR. Now, this is a therapy method that me and my therapist have used a couple of times, and EMDR stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing. So EMDR is a way for your brain to reprocess your trauma. So if you have an experience that every time you think about it, your heart starts to beat fast. You have all these negative emotions attached to that moment. You know, you go into fight or flight mode. That is the perfect candidate for EMDR. So with my therapist, we started off with a small trauma, something that kind of bothered me and made me feel negative feelings, but was not gut-wrenching. So with EMDR, there is bilateral movement. So that just means some movement from side to side. So fingers moving from side to side or tapping from leg to leg. But the point is for there to be movement from one side to the other. And from my understanding, it distracts your brain so that while you are thinking about this traumatic event, or while you're talking about it, speaking on it, your brain is being distracted by this movement. It's kind of like hacking your brain. So you've thought about this situation. Every single time you think about it, it hurts you. So if there is movement while you're talking about it, and your brain is like, there's fingers moving from side to side near my face, then while you're thinking about this moment, you are not as invested in the pain that you experienced. So your brain is kind of being desensitized from the painfulness of that moment. And then when you do it a second time, your brain remembers the last time you thought about this thing, which is literally a minute ago. And in the last minute, you were so focused on the fingers that you did not feel as much of the pain and distress that came with that trauma that you were talking about. So the more times you do it, the more your brain is distracted while you are processing these traumatic events. And then the hope is that the next time you talk about it, your brain goes back to the last time you talked about it. And the last time you talked about it, you were okay, or you were less stressed than you usually are. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, we have used it a couple of times and it actually has worked for me. The first time my therapist used it with me was for a somewhat less traumatic situation, but I was able to talk through it. And then we moved on to the big stuff. I'm talking the big stuff. The trauma for me is not something that I am able to talk about normally without feeling so much distress. And it helped. I really feel like this is helping me to process some of the traumatic things that I've gone through. So if you are ever in an instance where you have the opportunity to try, I hope that you are able to make a more informed decision. If you want to learn more, I'll put some links below so you can watch about it. But I appreciate you so much for being here. Oh, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I know you've already subscribed. If you haven't, go on ahead and do that. My Instagram name is @Tiara's Turn. It goes down on my Instagram. Here I keep it cute. There, the real me comes out. So go ahead and join me over there. Thank you again so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.